Hello there! WiseDragon here. Overwatch fans, myself included, have been relishing over the new map revealed at Gamescom. Eichenwald? Eichenwalder. Set in a small Bavarian village ravaged by the Omnic War, it's full of angles, tight spaces, and off-the-beat vantage points. It's an escort stage where players will either have to guide along or defend against a battering ram heading towards the awesome-looking castle at the end. The tight drawbridge leading to the castle gates looks like the mother of all choke points, and it's been made with some serious height elevation and varied fortifications. It's going to take some teamwork to pull off the final push, and that's great news because it'll encourage some composition with character selection, instead of just the spam and slap combo of Reinhardt and Bastion. I got nothing against Reinhardt, but fuck Bastion, he's an asshole. Oh yeah, and this big hunk of armor on the throne at the end is Reinhardt's former mentor, Baldric, in case you were wondering. Gotta love that Overwatch lore. Also, if you've been a fan of Lucio Ball as a part of the Summer Olympics Games theme, there's been leaks that Tracer and Zarya will get their own mini-games in the form of track and field and weightlifting too. The question that's been on my mind is, what does the future hold for Overwatch? There's been free content almost every month since release, including new heroes, game types and rewards, and they've all been well received, but are things gonna stay that way? When Blizzard were asked if they would ever reach a point where they'd be releasing paid DLC, they said, nope, that's not in any of our plans. The plan is to release heroes and maps and other content for free. You hear that, every other fucking franchise? You're doing it wrong! What else was at Gamescom recently? A bunch of sweaty Germans, and a new trailer for Playtonic's 90s throwback platformer, Yooka-Laylee. If you haven't heard of this game already, it's been done by some of the same guys and gals that developed Donkey Kong Country and Banjo and Kazooie. It took to Kickstarter last year with a goal of £175,000, and now it's at just over 2 million and will be released on Steam early next year. The game's lead composer sums up in a single tweet the sentiment that most of us who are looking forward to the game share. I might be living in the past, but I miss the good old days of 3D platforming that Rare seemed to encapsulate so well. They tried pulling in a new demographic with shit like Nuts and Bolts, and while it's a decent game, it should never have been the follow-up to the Bird and Bear series, and it did more to alienate its former fan base than please them. Whether Yooka-Laylee's a complete retro modern-day copycat or not, it looks promising, because Microsoft haven't shat all over it like they did with Conker.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Poor Conker.
No!
Are you a huge Nintendo fan that wanted to make your own version of your favorite Nintendo game in the hopes to reinvigorate the franchise, or just because you love it from the bottom of your heart? Too fucking bad, brother. At the time of release, the new fan-made Pokemon game, Pokemon Uranium, had 1.5 million downloads before being shut down by the Nintendo attorney team. It's a new Pokemon game created from the ground up. It's not a ROM hack or anything like that, but a well-crafted version of the franchise it's based on, with over 150 brand new Pokemon, a new world to explore, and a new nuclear type to mess around with. So are Nintendo threatened by something that isn't putting them out of pocket or damaging their credibility so much they have to go to the courts over it? Yeah, it would seem that way. And I get why Nintendo would want to be protective about their IPs, but are these fan-made projects that take decades to create really damaging them in any way? No. If anything, they're great products that deserve to be appreciated and recognised. You don't see other games with big modding communities being taken down, because that shit keeps things fresh and adds replay value and proves players want to continue playing whatever it is they're modding. Why Nintendo aren't looking at this as an opportunity to be involved with individuals that clearly show talent and, out of respect, embark on these sort of projects, I don't know. But there you go. I would put a link to Pokemon Uranium in the description so you could try it out for yourself, but I don't want to have to go to court anytime soon.
Shut it down!
Deus Ex Mankind Divided. It looks like the 5-year wait was worth all the longing all along. A direct continuation from Deus Ex Human Revolution, you play as Adam Jensen once more as you try to take down the conspirators behind the so-called Org event, in which all augmented people have been ostracized for global disasters caused by a minority of cyber-enhanced individuals. Game's been praised for its extremely detailed hub world set in a futuristic Prague, Golem City getting a special mention in particular, as well as the new abilities available like remote hacking and the Icarus Dash. Missions still adopt the approach as you see fit ethos used in previous installments, and it's probably the best thing about the game when you consider the awesome level designs. And then there's the multiplayer VR style mode called Breach, but meh, no one cares about that. In spite of all the praise, a lot of reviews have come to the conclusion that the narrative is pretty weak. Sure, it's a mirror of our own society and that prejudice is bad, but with no real antagonist or hidden truth revealing itself, it's been described as entry-level stuff. Illuminati and all. Mankind Divided looks awesome and plays really well, and if you can get past the lack of depth in the narrative, it's a great addition to the series, and you'll wish you had 2 mechanical arms to kick the crap out of people with.
That doesn't make sense.
As always, leave a like if you liked and comment if you want to comment, and for more rants, news, chats and reviews, subscribe to WiseDragon. You'd be wise to do so.
Bring me his head.